So for lesson 5, we're going to use addition and subtraction to solve multi-step word problems involving length, mass, and capacity. So just like any of our word problems, we have a tape diagram, a solution, and an answer statement. So number 1, the potatoes Beth bought weighed 3 kilograms, 420 grams. Her onions weighed 1,050 grams less than the potatoes. So how much did the potatoes and onions weigh together? Okay, so we see together, that means we're going to be adding. But we also over here see less, which means we're going to be subtracting. So this is a multi-step problem. So we have potatoes, and then we have the onions. So we have an exact measurement for the potatoes. Okay. Now our onions we see as less. Okay, and we say, oh, our 1,050 grams would go right there. Now, this one's in grams, this one's in mixed. Okay, so we need to either put them both mixed or put them in grams. Doesn't really matter either way, okay, because it's not giving us a specific unit in the question. So I'm going to start off by turning this one into mixed. So we're going to say 1 kilogram, 50 grams. Okay. So in order to find out our onions, we need to subtract the potatoes minus the difference. So we have 3 kilograms, 420 grams, minus 1 kilogram, 50 grams. Okay, so looking at our grams, we see that we're okay to subtract. Okay. So 0, and then we do some renaming, okay, some decomposing, and we get 370 grams. And then 3 minus 1, 2. Okay, so we get 2 kilograms, 370 grams. Okay, so that gives us the weight of the onions. Okay, but again, going back to the question, we see that we need the amount that's together. So we need to find this amount right here, the 2 bars together. So now our adding comes in. So we take the 3 kilograms, 420 grams, plus 2 kilograms, 370 grams. Okay, so now we add these amounts up. Okay, and we get 5 kilograms, 790 grams. Okay, so the potatoes and onions weigh 5 kilograms, 790 grams, or 5,790 grams. We can write it either way. Okay, so number 2, Adele let out 18 meters, 46 centimeters of string to fly her kite. All right, well, then she let out 13 meters, 78 centimeters more before reeling back in 590 centimeters. Okay. How long was her string after reeling it in? Okay. So we've got our length of string. Okay. So we have our first, we have 18 meters, 46 centimeters gets let out. Okay. All right, well then she puts out another 13 meters, 78 centimeters. Okay. But then she brings some back in. So I'm going to kind of take off part of this here, and we have 78 centimeters. Nope, sorry. 590 centimeters gets brought back. And we need to know this amount right here. Okay. So looking at our problem here, we see we first need to add our 2 total amounts to see what the total amount of string was let out. Then we need to subtract to reel some back in. So this is a 2-step problem. So we go through and add these up. Okay, so the total amount of string was 31 meters, 124 centimeters. Okay. Now, I see here that this is going to be another meter. But because I know I still need to subtract, I'm actually just going to leave it as it is for right now. Okay. Now we subtract our 590 centimeters, which is 5 meters and 90 centimeters. Okay, and this is why I did not rename that 124 centimeters. Okay, I wanted to keep it as it is because I now need to subtract 90 from it. Okay, so now when I go to subtract, okay, we get 34 centimeters. Okay, and then when we go to subtract our meters, we get 26 meters. So the string was 26 meters, 34 centimeters after reeling it in. Okay, so moving on to number 3. So Cheyenne's barrel contained 6 liters, 775 milliliters of paint. She poured in 1 liter, 118 milliliters more. Notice that word more, we're going to be adding. The first day Cheyenne used 2 liters, 124 milliliters of paint. Okay, so we see used, and now I'm going to be subtracting 2. At the end of the second day, there were 1,769 milliliters of paint remaining in the barrel. Okay, that's how much was left. How much paint did Cheyenne use on the second day? So we need to know just the second day. Okay, so there's a lot in this problem. So let's break it up into pieces here. So she has some paint. That's 6 liters, 775 milliliters. Okay. Well, now she pours in some more. So we're going to add a little bit more to that. Okay. Now, the first day, she uses 2 liters, 125 milliliters of paint. Okay. So she uses 2 liters, 125 milliliters. So she's used about that much. At the end of the second day, there was 1,769 milliliters. I'm going to convert this into mixed units since everything else is in mixed. So over here, this is how much we have left. All right. So what we need to do is we need to find this middle amount right here, which is day 2. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add to find out the total amount of paint that she had to begin with. Okay, a lot of steps in this problem, so we're going to have to be very careful. Okay, so we're adding up our milliliters. Okay, so total amount of paint that she has, 7 liters, 893 milliliters. Okay, well, let's take off now how much she used on the first day. Okay, so now we can go ahead and subtract. So after the first day, she has this much paint. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to take off the amount that was left in the barrel. So take our 5 liters, 768 milliliters, and subtract the 1 liter, 769 milliliters that was left. Okay, now these two numbers look close, but we're going to need to decompose a liter, okay, so that we have enough. Okay, so now we have a larger number on the top. So now when we go through to subtract these out, okay, I'm going to do some decomposing here. Okay. Okay. So our final answer ends up becoming 3 liters, 999 milliliters. So on the second day, she used 3 liters, 999 milliliters. Okay, so moving on to our next page. on Thursday, the pizzeria used 2 kilograms, 180 grams less flour than they used on Friday. On Friday, they used 12 kilograms, 240 grams. Okay, so we have an exact number for Friday, but not Thursday. On Saturday, they used 1,888 grams more than Friday. What was the total amount of flour used over the 3 days? Okay, so there's a lot that we need to figure out in here. So we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, of the 3 days, the only day that we have an exact number for is Friday. So we're going to put that in here. Okay, so now Thursday was less. So we're going to draw a bar for Thursday. Okay, and we see that we have this much less. Okay. Saturday was more, so Saturday is going to have a larger number. Okay. Now I'm going to convert those grams into 1 kilogram, 888 grams, since everything else is in mixed units. Okay, and then our final question here is we need to find the total for the 3 days. Okay, so we need to find out Thursday, we need to find out Saturday, then we need to add up all of the amounts. Okay, so to find out Thursday, we're going to take our Friday amount minus 2 kilograms, 180 grams. Okay, so we subtract that out, and we get 10 grams, or 10 kilograms, 60 grams. Okay, now we need to solve for Saturday. So we're going to take our Friday amount, but because Saturday's more, we're going to add our 1 kilogram, 888 grams. Okay, so we go through, add these up. Okay, but if you notice we have more than 1,000 grams, so we're going to rename this into 1 kilogram, 128 grams. Okay, so now that means Saturday's total amount is 14 kilograms, 128 grams. Okay, now we have exact numbers for all 3 days, so now we're going to go through, add up all 3 amounts. So we take our Thursday value, we take Friday, and then we take Saturday. We add these up. Okay, so now 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Okay, and we have 6, and then 3 in the tens place. So the total amount was 36 kilograms, 428 grams.